We all like carving pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns, right? But have you ever wondered where this tradition came from? Well, it's time to find out. If you watched my previous Halloween history video, you might be expecting this tradition's roots to go back to the days of Samhain, but actually this tradition is much more recent than that. It starts off in 17th century Europe. In this time, Catholic kids would hollow out turnips, carve faces into them, and place candles inside them to light them up. Why turnips instead of pumpkins? Well, simple reason, pumpkins didn't grow natively in Northern Europe, and turnips were the best crops they knew of that would work to make these lanterns. In most of Ireland and Scotland, turnips are still used to make jack-o'-lanterns because they're what's available in those regions. In the 17th century, the kids who carved these lanterns would carry them around the neighborhood on Halloween, All Saints' Day, and All Souls' Day, asking neighbors for soul cakes, an early form of trick-or-treating, but that tradition will get its own video. Now, some kids weren't so innocent with how they used turnip lanterns. Since it was the tradition to carve scary, human-like faces into them, some kids used these to pull pranks on their neighbors, like dangling a turnip lantern with a scary face down in front of you all of a sudden or something like that. Halloween has always had some kind of mischief stigma attached to it. But here's where the tradition does tie into a Samhain belief: protection from evil spirits. To fully understand this, we have to first look at a figure of European folklore, the legend of Stingy Jack. To summarize the legend, Stingy Jack was a rogue who managed to capture the devil himself. He agreed to let him go only if he promised that his soul would never be dragged into hell. The devil agreed and then was released. But then, when Jack died, his lifetime of bad deeds caused heaven to reject him, and since he had a deal preventing him from going to hell, he was instead condemned to wander the earth as a spirit. The devil heard of this and gave Jack some burning coal to put in the turnip lantern so he could light his way along his endless journey. From that point on, Stingy Jack became known as Jack-o'-lantern, which literally means man with lantern, but it fit well given his name. This legend popularized the name jack-o'-lantern. I say popularized because this term was already being used to refer to mysterious blue lights sometimes seen at night over the wetlands of the UK, which was believed to be caused by supernatural creatures like fairies and ghosts. People took to carving jack-o'-lanterns as a means of protecting their homes from Stingy Jack and other specters and creatures looking to cause trouble on Halloween night. When Irish and Scottish immigrants came to America in a huge wave in the 19th century, one of the Halloween traditions they brought with them was jack-o'-lanterns. As I said, pumpkins don't grow natively in Europe, but they do grow in North America. When the immigrants discovered pumpkins, they also discovered they were much more plentiful on the continent and easier to carve than turnips. Also, pumpkins naturally grew in the fall, just in time for Halloween. From that point on, they only carved their jack-o'-lanterns out of pumpkins, and this tradition became popular to the rest of the country. In modern times, people carve all sorts of designs into their pumpkins besides scary faces. This fascination with creative carvings hasn't slowed down either. Thus, the jack-o'-lantern and consequently the pumpkin became a key symbol of Halloween. The symbol would go on to inspire many Halloween films like the children's classic It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, The Nightmare Before Christmas starred Jack Skellington, better known as the Pumpkin King, and Sam from Trick or Treat. His real face, when revealed, is a jack-o'-lantern with eyeballs. Spoiler alert. And yes, in America, it has also inspired seasonal pumpkin pie, pumpkin cheesecake, pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin-flavored everything. Suffice to say, the jack-o'-lantern became the symbol of Halloween and caused the pumpkin to become the symbol for the entire fall season. Thanks for watching this history video. If you liked it, please subscribe for more Halloween videos all year long. And remember, live Halloween.